All right. Up next, The Scorch Trials, number 2 of the Maze Runner series. Did you like it more than the first one?
Kind of.
You did? Okay.
I kind of did.
I kind of thought so too, but
I wouldn't put it in S tier.
No. I'd put it right in front of the Maze Runner.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So A tier, right in front of it. All right. That was easy. Any particular reasons why?
Yeah, I would say they expanded on a lot of stuff in that movie. Of course, they introduced us to their zombies. What were they called?
Cranks.
Cranks. I think the reason why these things were like that was you and I had such a hard time in understanding, are they alive, are they dead? And I think the death cure showed us that they're not dead. And so we were like, dang, they were mangled. They were messed up. So I liked that. That was an interesting take. Again, we're going with consistency, that you had people who were either for wicked and they would do anything for them to get this cure. And then you had the people who were against wicked, who would do anything to fight them, but all of them wanted the same thing. Mm-hmm. They all wanted to come up with a cure, but it was just, one of them thought that there was a more humane way to do it, and that wasn't wicked.
Yeah, for sure. There was a really good quote in the third movie, which actually that's coming up, so we'll get to that. So let's move on. 28 Days Later.
I have a hard time with this one.
Really?
This is nostalgic. This takes me back to 2004, right next to Resident Evil. It was released the same year. 2002. The same year as Resident Evil.
I would put it right above Resident Evil.
I would.
Okay,
I would.
Perfect. Below the Night Eats French?
Yeah.
Okay.
Below the Night French?
The Night Eats French.
The Night Eats French. That's even better.
28 Days Later. Right above Resident Evil. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I really liked about it. I really felt some kind of way when Hannah's dad turned when he got that blood in his eye. And then he tells her, like, I love you. And she's like, what's wrong? He's like, stay away, stay away. He starts freaking out,
Yeah.
And then you had that whole conflict of Serena yelling at Jim, kill him, he's turned.
That's
and
such
Hannah's trying to get close.
unfortunate-
And it was like,
It's such an unforgiving transmission.
and I watched what you had said afterwards. I watched with that in mind what you had said about the actress who played Hannah, and I have to agree. She lacked a lot.
Yeah, a little bit.
There was with the way Serena was acted and Jim was acted, and I beg your pardon,
Murphy.
I forget the dad, Cillian Murphy.
That's the actor.
That's
for
Jim. But I don't remember the dad's name. But the way that they all acted and brought every one of those characters to life, it only exemplified how much Hannah's character was just flat. Mm-hmm. There was nothing there. I recognized that when I rewatched it and I saw the scene where they ran up the stairs and the dad has all of his SWAT gear on and he lets them through and he tells them the room number and they go running up. They're banging on the door. Let us in. Where's dad? It was like, it didn't bother me all of those years. But then I was like, well, wait a minute. She has no emotion in her voice. All you're hearing is, where's dad? You have people banging on your door and you open up that door and it's not your dad, and all you have to say is, where's dad? Like, personally, I would be freaked out if I was a teenager and my dad went out and 2 other people came back and I'm hearing the infected down the stairwell. Mm-hmm. Nah, there's got to be some emotion there. And I didn't catch it, honestly. I gave them a pass. I forgave them for that because I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out to me.
I think the other 3 actors really hit it.
They did.
It made it really easy to overlook. What got me was shortly after that, when they're on the patio talking, her monologue was so dull.
You know what's funny? I thought, and this is just, now we're going to get into subjective disagreement, because I thought that was okay. Do you know where I lost her entirely? I was like, come on. When Serena was trying to give her a pill to numb her, she thought, are you trying to kill me? And it was like just that flat.
Well, I'm the opposite. I loved that scene. I thought that scene was well acted.
So, but we are agreed.
Okay, yeah, we are agreed.
It belongs in A tier, above Resident Evil, below the Night French.
Yes. Next up, the Death Cure. What I was gonna say about the Death Cure was that I don't remember. So, how do you feel about the Death Cure?
ADHD.
Mm-hmm. I knew I should have just said it when I was thinking of it. Do you remember what we were talking about in Scorch Trials that made me?
Well, I was talking about how I liked the cranks. You said that sounded like a slur. I said I liked how they
I remember.
go.
One of the best quotes I've heard from a movie was something. This isn't a direct quote, but something along the line. I even forget who said it. But they basically said, "Huh, funny. The last city on Earth falls, and it's to humans.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't even to the cranks."
and that goes to what you and I say all the time. I mean, humans are the problem.
And so for that reason, I think the Death Cure goes above the Scorch Trials.
Really, I put it right below the Scorch Trials.
It's in between the Maze Runner.
I do, and
I'm willing to compromise there. I don't feel that.
I'll tell you where they lost me in some points. That I just let me try to recall them. It's been so long. One of the points that I kind of got frustrated with them at was it's plot armor, right? That's all it was. They found I forget his name, not Hector, but he gave them the ride all the way in. Jorge.
Oh, I love him.
And I mean, I loved him too, but it was like, come on, what are the chances? The plot armor in wait, was this Scorch Trials? This might be Scorch Trials, where they were in the mall.
Either way, Jorge did. The mall was Scorch Trials, but either way, Jorge multiple times throughout those two movies was like coming in to save the day.
That was, and it was almost the exact same way that he did
every
it
time
in Scorch Trials that he did it in the Death Cure. So and again, this isn't like what a bad movie. It was just the repetition was caught.
A little cheesy.
Kind of knock it down a little bit, but then here's where they won me over. And I won't knock this movie because the acting was absolutely superb when Newt was changing.
So that's why I put it above the Scorch Trials. There was really touching moments in each film, but I think Newt's transformation revealed a lot about the virus, and it was just such an emotional moment. That made me tear up. The Newt fight was sad.
That was devastating.
And then when he wouldn't kill... I think it was Ada.
Teresa?
No.
Oh yeah, no.
When he wouldn't kill her.
Yeah.
And then the military guy killed her. For those reasons, I thought the whole revolution, trying to take over the last city, on top of everything else unfolding, and how Thomas and the Gladiators are kind of just caught in the middle. I thought that put it above. It put it above the Scorch Trials to me, just because it was such a great, not synopsis, but such a great capstone on the whole series.
That's interesting. Okay, so there's another miss that they had me with was that jump out of the window.
Oh yeah, that was silly. I honestly, that one to me, it makes it a little funnier. But I could see you docking points for that.
I dock points for that. I dock points when they got out. But okay, here's another one that I'm twisted on. I loved it and hated it when Gally was dressed as well, number one, I loved and hated that they brought Gally back to life.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah, I would dock up points for that too.
I loved it, but come on.
You're like, dude, you took a spear to the heart.
Come on.
You're not coming back from that.
We watched it. You know, it was one of those things that was like,
you broke the rule. We watched you die on TV.
Yeah.
You don't get to come back.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It would have been way cooler if it was a scene, because this would have helped build the emotion toward him. If after he was stabbed, he turned, changed his attitude rather, and was like, just go. I'm not going to make it. No, we can help. You know, we can help you, Gally. You know, he comes to his senses, right? Because we knew he stabbed himself with the griever venom. So he got his memories back and all of that. But then he gets a spear to the chest, and he's like, okay, let's say that he's not mortally wounded, but it is, you know, he is bleeding out quick. And he's like, no, guys, just go. Just leave me here. Save yourself. They're going to be here any minute. Just go. And they reluctantly run away from him, and they barely escape. And Gally's there, and you see Wicked come and swarm him, right? Like they surround him. That I can get behind. And then you bring him back to life. I'm all okay with that. But you never saw a body. I felt like we saw a body. I guess you can trick me and be like, no, he wasn't really dead.
No, but I think you broke they broke the cinema rule, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But the train scene was the third movie, right? It was the opening scene of the third movie.
I think that's right, because oh no,
Yeah, no,
it had to be. It had to be.
So honestly, the train scene alone, and the fact that Dylan O'Brien got hurt on that scene, and it's the one scene that wasn't in the book.
Yep.
Honestly, just makes the movie kind of funnier to me. Because if he got severely injured and like has some permanent damage, I wouldn't be saying this, but he's fine. That's funny.
Yeah.
That it's not. It's ironic. The one scene that's not in the book is the one scene you got hurt doing.
Yeah. Not
But it was such
funny.
a badass scene. And what I think is funny is that the knocking on the side and being like, "Oh yeah, Minho's in there." How would you know that? And then they had it wrong. So, where are we ultimately putting it?
Okay, I'm still stuck between the
I'm okay
Scorched
with that.
Trials and Maze Runner.
I'm okay with that.
We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. A wave of fear has spread through the land as tax season approaches. There appears to be panic and unrest in the streets. We're getting word that two brave heroes have discovered a method for surviving the horror. They tell us that if you visit reliabletaxreturns.com, you will gain what appears to be immunity from the fear. Reliable Tax Returns will help you avoid the horror of this tax season. And if you mention Will You Survive the podcast, you'll get 10% off the cost of your return. Whether you're a full-time W-2 employee or a 1099 gig worker, they've got you covered. So avoid a horde of IRS agents and visit reliabletaxreturns.com and tell them Will You Survive the podcast sent you for 10% off the cost of your return. That's reliabletaxreturns.com. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Moving on. Scout's Guide.
Okay, I'm not going to diss this movie. I freaking loved the hell out of it. But I'm going to say this, which will give away my intentions. I love B movies.
Okay.
I love them. I am not ashamed of enjoying a movie with bad acting. I mean, I grew up with Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
You thought they were bad actors?
He was never a good actor. He
Not
was
Arnold.
never a good
Not
actor.
Arnold. I meant the kids in Scout's Guide.
No. I don't think that they were bad actors. I don't. But I'm just saying, I grew up with those, like Total Recall, where it was so silly, and I'm talking the Arnold Schwarzenegger version. It was so silly, or Commando, or Predator, or The Running Man. I grew up with a horror movie called, I think it was actually called The House. I could be wrong. It could just be House, but I think it was The House. It was...
Oh, Monster House? Yeah, that
No.
one's scary.
No, different House.
You ever seen Monster House?
Of course I did.
Monster House is great.
Speaking of which, you want to hear something funny? We hear a story. Somebody says, hey, you might want to talk to your daughter. Okay, what happened? She was talking about being at your house, and that around Halloween, there was a hand that was touching her all over her body. And I'm like, whoa,
That doesn't sound great.
I don't like that. So my wife asks her, what happened? What are you talking about? And she says, oh yeah, when I was a baby at the old house, it was around Halloween, and there was a hand that was touching me all over my body. And I said, where were you? I was in the closet. And I said, what? And she said, yeah. And then I woke up.
Oh, my God. Dude, 3-year-olds really be saying the craziest shit.
But let me tell you what, like, here's the part
That's
that
still
cracks me up.
creepy.
How wild is it that a 3-year-old can remember, and she remembered
So vividly.
at our old house?
Yeah. That's very vivid.
Yeah. But here's the thing. On Halloween that year, we watched Monster House. And Monster House, if you recall, towards the end when the house is going after them and the old man, Nevercracker, is trying to help them, the house turns into a hand trying to grab them.
Oh, you think she just heard it?
I think she watched it. And she sat on that couch
Oh, so she
and
dreamed
watched
it.
the entire thing. I think she dreamed it. And ask her, the next time you see her, ask her, baby, do you want to watch Monster House? She has a visceral response.
Really?
No, I don't want to watch
Wow,
that.
that spooked her.
Really bothered her. But what was so funny is she sat there and watched the whole damn movie. Didn't make a noise throughout the whole movie. And I was sitting right next to her.
It's because she had a nightmare from it.
That's what I think it was.
It was the after effect that
Yes,
scared her, not the movie.
She was fine. Okay, so where are we here?
So, Monster House, A tier or
okay, Scout's Guide.
Scout's Guide?
So
You said it's a classic B tier, right?
I said, okay, I'm going to drop it even lower than that.
You're gonna go see. Okay, I I was really teetering between B and C.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I want to give it a C rating, a C
I love
tier.
this movie. I think
I love
it's
it.
great.
I have nothing against any of them. I think they played their part well. They brought their role to life. Nothing they did wrong. We're going after the writers here. There were a couple of things that were just. I love that they were scouts. Okay, they were Boy Scouts, and this made perfect sense that they would be inventive and they would be able to create these weapons and stuff. But the weapons.
Some of the weapons were a bit much, yeah.
I'm like, okay, I like that. Okay, this is how you explain it because these kids.
It got silly, but
that okay. And then the other one was
we had a beef about the strip club, right?
we had a beef about the strip club. Why was the stripper dancing? Now we can go down the road and saying
yeah.
she had some memory. We could.
But even then, you see food right in front of you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is she doing this whole dance in front of her meal? But yet the bouncer comes in and is like raging at them. Like, okay, like you're underage kids in a bar. Is that really what the bouncer is thinking? I'm highly doubting. I'm suspect of that. So there was problems, but I dug the fact that they utilized it to entertain us by having her do that flip upside down and then her neck just opens up and sprays them all with
over
blood. I like the fact that the military man. Okay, I like and don't like the whole scene where the soldier drove them to the spot that they thought they were going to, the dump or the waste plant, and they thought that was where the secret place was, but no, your sewage, right? Your shit. That's what this means. That's why they gave you the address to the sewage plant. Mm-hmm. And the soldier's sitting there, and all of a sudden he's turned and he's after her, which that's
had
so cliche.
One line, he was literally just there to pick them up.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. And it was so cliche. There were a lot of cliches, okay? I
think it was a great movie, but I think you're right. There was a lot of cliches, and there was a lot of
over the top cheesiness is what I'm getting to.
So I'm thinking like the condom stick.
The
so funny, but so unnecessary.
And then the scene of ripping off the zombie's genitals, they're hanging on to it. Like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Unnecessary.
That's another one I blocked from my memory.
Another thing that was completely unnecessary were all of the neighbors' cats. Like,
okay, but that gave me a great idea for zombie stuff. Honestly, a house of zombie cats sounds terrifying.
Oh, horrible! Because you couldn't get through there without getting scratched.
Yeah, I honestly think that's great. I think that does say that pets can be infected, and I like that idea.
Really?
Yeah, that's something we didn't talk about on the WYS official zombie.
That's right.
Can animals be infected?
If it's fungal, it has to.
Right?
You have to say yes because we already have wasps. We already have ants.
I agree.
We already have mantis.
Okay, well, we're already on the same page there. So can we say top of C tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Scout's Guide, with no disrespect.
And boy, are we going to disagree on this next one.
Night of the Living Dead, D tier.
S.
Absolutely not. I would be down to make a new category called iconic and put it in there, but I cannot put it in S.
Okay, if we don't do that, it has to go in S. It is the movie that everybody continues to copy to today. It is all of the rules made the zombie subgenre exactly what it is. Everybody wants to be the Night of the Living Dead. Do you know how iconic that movie is? It is in the public domain.
Okay, I don't think that's
and
on
the
purpose.
Audience, no, it was an accident, but the audience still respects it so much that there's only been two nuts who've tried to recreate it, and they've both failed abysmally, so nobody else will touch it. It is so respected.
Well, that feels a lot like another movie we're gonna hit at the bottom of the list, where it's like not because they did really well and the audience was like, no, we respect this one, we're not gonna watch yours. It's because they're sucked in comparison.
But this was the zombie movie.
I could say iconic, but oh my God, is it a D tier movie?
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No,
is.
because you're also comparing it to 2002 through 2023 and 2024. That's not fair.
Even
It's
90s
1968.
or 80s.
It's 1968.
I just feel like, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I know acting had to start somewhere, but I feel like acting was around for a bit.
Okay, you would have to go back and see not only how far back was acting going on, but
Wasn't Elvis acting in the 60s or was that the 70s?
was Elvis acting?
Yeah.
He acted?
Elvis did like 15 movies. Elvis did a lot of movies.
Huh. Never watched that
Was
guy.
he? I can't. I don't know if he was acting in the 60s or 70s. When was he alive? 60s, right? 70s.
Yeah, I think that was.
Elvis
I think it was.
movies. Yeah, Elvis acted in the 73, 70s, late 60s. I don't know.
Huh.
Elvis did a lot of movies. He did way more than 15.
So I would say we would have to watch him and see, is he better?
I've seen clips and I think way better. But
I don't.
I might have seen newer movies. Oh, where do you want to? I put it in iconic.
Iconic is fine.
Okay.
If we're going to give it its own category, because it is the movie. It's not a movie. It's not a zombie genre movie. It is the zombie genre movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I still disagree. I mean, I think you are objectively right, but I still disagree. I think it's D tier.
No way.
Moving on from that.
And by the way, guys, please send us your emails. Alex and Erik at willyousurvivethepodcast.com, or you can comment on our Facebook page. Our Twitter is at Alex and Erik WYS. Let us know where you rank these movies, especially Night of the Living Dead. I know I've got a lot of you on my side. I know you're going to come to bat for me. Night of the Living Dead is the zombie movie. That's my stance.
So. Maybe the first.
No, it wasn't the first. There was Zombie that came before it, and then we've also had this talk before that was, I don't know where you feel on it. I think The Mummy is a zombie.
I agree.
Vampire is essentially the undead. It's a type of zombie.
It's like an intelligent zombie.
Yeah, it's a reanimated corpse, and it is supernatural and stuff. But here's one that I was always baffled by, because you can't kill it, but it's alive. The werewolf. I mean, you could kill it with a silver bullet, of course, but...
Well, but that's also not undead at all.
Right, exactly.
It's a
But I mean, it...
transformation.
Yeah, it's not undead, but it's also not killable.
Yeah, not by normal
methods, conventions.
But it does have a weakness, the same way that a zombie does.
Just the silver bullet.
Yeah, it's a silver bullet or silver weapons.
Yeah.
You ever seen Abe Lincoln Vampire Slayer?
I gotta watch that.
You haven't seen it?
I saw
S tier.
So this was at Jackson, and I had started watching it. This is just
S tier.
I'm just ratting on myself at how bad of a father I was, because Scarlett was sleeping, and I put that movie on, and she was sleeping fine. And then she woke up, and I got her bottle, and I get everything ready for her, and I sit back down, and I'm watching this movie. And it's making so much noise, and then she starts crying and screaming, and I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, "What's wrong, baby? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And finally, I was like, "Oh!" Turn it off. I think I put on Coco Melon or something like that, and then she just chilled out and was like, I was like, "Okay, let's not do that again."
Turns out it does have an effect.
Monster House.
They're here.
Who?
The zombies.
I thought the gate would stop them.
They knocked it down instantly.
How much time do we have?
They're already here.
We should have bought that beautiful Los Angeles dream house in that safe neighborhood that Corinne showed us.
I know, it was so much more defensible, and Corinne would have had us moved in before the apocalypse.
Do you think it's too late to call her now?
I'll try. No! Ah! We should have called Corinne sooner!
Don't wait until it's too late. Call Corinne Salas today at 714-510-6443 and buy your Los Angeles dream house now. That's 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at nexthomebycorinne, or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com.
Okay. Love and Monsters.
I had What's the fair way to say this? I had an emotional response to this movie that makes me not want to rate it badly, but
Okay.
but it's a terrible movie.
What?
It's a terrible
I
movie.
don't think it's terrible. I think it's...
This one I would say is a D.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
D's get her done, but
Absolutely not. I will fight vehemently against that because I was
so
going to say
bad.
A.
What?
Yeah.
No, not even possible.
Okay. I think it's above Shutter Island. Do you? I think it's above Wreck.
I can't subscribe to that.
You don't think it's above Shutter Island or Wreck?
I don't.
You don't think it's above Little Monsters?
I don't.
What do you hate about this movie?
I don't hate it.
What don't you like about this movie? What is dragging? No, you're dragging it to D. That's D for disrespectful.
I'm disrespecting it.
What? Why?
I am disrespecting.
Why? What?
So so there were a few things that bothered me about.
Like you fell asleep and watched the wrong movie, or what happened?
I did the first time. I fell asleep and went through it, and then I rewound it, and I got like 15 minutes further in and fell asleep again. One of the things that I can't subscribe to this. This dude risked his own safety to go find a chick.
Isn't that so
that
real, though?
Didn't even want him.
Isn't that so real, though?
Yeah, but you don't go searching for a girl in the apocalypse.
It's not that she didn't want him. It's that she definitely had her priorities more aligned than him.
Clearly.
She also, she led him on because she was like, well, I didn't think you'd actually do it. But, she said, yeah.
Okay. Let me use some of the vernacular from your generation. Simp.
Maybe a little bit, but...
That was the whole start of this movie.
But he was so badass throughout the whole movie.
I can't say badass. He was so badassly lucky.
Oh, come on. Yeah, not all of that was luck. Some of it, yes. Some of it, definitely. But some of that wasn't. Particularly at the end with the crab. That wasn't luck.
Okay, no.
To look into the eyes of that and remember to the past and remember what he was told.
Yeah.
That okay, some of them aren't trying to kill you. Some of them are willing to just leave you alone if you leave them alone. And some of them are friendly. And he learned from them. He picked up all those. He was a very fast learner. He picked up all those survival tips. And he was eventually, he kept a record of all the things. I can't believe you would put this in D tier. This has so much good survival in it. I cannot believe that you put it that low.
Okay, C tier.
I can't even subscribe to C tier. I could say maybe B tier, but this is an A tier movie.
Oh, I can't go A tier.
Are you kidding me?
I think
first of all, he had a dog companion already high,
which was silly.
What?
It was silly. How did that dog survive on its own like that?
Dogs are resilient.
But in that scenario, in that world?
So here's what I would say to that. You know how wild animals can sense when a natural disaster is coming? They just have a sense for it, and they'll leave the area. I kind of think a similar thing, where they're just more in tune, even with stuff like this. I could see most dogs dying, but I could see dogs surviving.
And it took its owner's dress.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that you're reacting completely off of emotion.
Okay, maybe about the dog, but everything else was solid survival. The tips that he got from...
Okay, for that reason, I'll go up to B tier.
Okay, I won't push you any further.
But it's below Little Monsters.
This is... I'll do it, because I brought you up 2 tiers. But this is an A tier movie.
Okay, so this is B. This is going below Little Monsters. What do we got next?
Up next, Army of the Dead. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I enjoy this movie. I feel the same way about Scout's Guide, but this is a D tier movie.
I'm not going to even argue.
Okay. This is...
I'm not going to argue. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to argue.
Because we talked about it for 2 minutes?
and we went onto a zombie quiz.
Yeah.
And but not only that, not only what we did, but they broke the cardinal rule of zombie movies.
Well,
Zombies cannot give birth.
okay, yes. I will say, okay, it's the only one we have in D tier, so I want to leave it in D tier, but also I think the zombie hierarchy was such a unique thing.
That's why it's not in F.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that justification because everything else kind of was.
They were fine with their little kingdom, like leave us the fuck alone, and we even organized to the point where you give us an offering, we won't seek you out, but don't fuck around with the little minions because they'll fuck you up.
I can't control every single one of them.
Not gonna even try.
You walk into all of them, that's on you.
Can I say from Harry Potter, my children don't eat Hagrid on my command, but I cannot deny them fresh meat when it so willingly walks into our lair.
That's exactly what it was. All right. I'm going to get some hate for this one. Saw. I think it's maybe above Army of the Dead. I think it's a D tier.
Oh, why? Oh.
I think there's so... purely for the fact that there's no way in hell that this cancer patient did all this and was that strong. There's absolutely no fucking way. I think it's below Army of the Dead, to be honest.
I mean, I'll definitely go along with that, but I'm struggling here to figure out why it's not an F tier.
I think so. I'm debating between it going in iconic or going into D tier. I don't think it's quite F tier just simply because of the huge impact and the huge cult following that it has. I think it's because they were willing to overlook a lot, and it's torture porn, essentially, like we've talked about. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I could quite put it in F because I think we have a movie that goes in F tier. Right. And Saw is not
You're
that.
Right. You're right. You're right. I'm going to go with you on this. We're going to go, we got to go below Army of the Dead.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Even Army of the Dead was better.
I agree. At least Army of the Dead was funny.
Just for us, I recognize that this movie has a huge cult following and people absolutely love it. I think a lot of people that I was looking at the critics were more for it because it was they attributed some kind of a social justice warrior type attribute to Jigsaw. And it was funny that I saw some of the counter comments that were like, no, that wasn't until Saw 3 that they actually wrote that into the lines. Yeah. And so you're attributing that to him in Saw 1, but that wasn't him. He was just a serial maniac killer.
The guy didn't even do anything.
Right.
He didn't even actually cheat on his wife. Jigsaw just thought that he did.
Yep.
And that's enough to kill a man?
Right.
I don't know about that.
Yep. No, I'm with you entirely on that one.
All right. Yeah, next up, we're going
to get hate. We're going to get hate together.
Oh, good. I'm glad we're in on that one together because that one's a woo. All right. Next up, The Hunger Games.
F.
What?
I'm kidding.
Okay. Whew. You had me for a second. I was like, what crazy ass reason do you have for this one?
No, I
was going to say this is between fucking S and A.
Yeah. I did finally go and watch 3 and 4. Not nearly as good as 1 and 2.
Well, so I will say 3 is boring because even the director says he wished he didn't split them up.
Yeah.
That he just did one movie. The 4th one is more action-packed, but I think there's no arena. It's not really the Hunger Games. It's the toppling of the Hunger Games, which is cool, but I don't know.
I loved the ending. I thought it was great.
I think we have enough real-life shit going on that I don't really want to see more of it,
We already have some form of Hunger Games.
Yeah. I don't know if I could put it. I think we have a lot in S tier, and I think S tier loses its value when there's too many in there.
I definitely agree. So if something from here on out goes in S tier, we're going to have to bump something out.
So I'm already willing to bump Zombieland 2 because that's already at the bottom. But do we think that The Hunger Games is better than Zombieland 1?
No.
Okay, I agree. Do we think it's better than 2?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. I agree. So Zombieland 2 is getting bumped down.
Okay. So that one, this is going to get hard here in a minute. I
Oh,
also
yeah.
think we got to bump some A tiers.
Oh man.
Just, I mean, let's
Well,
make it easy. It's
well-
just the bottom one.
We'll adjust as we go. Because right now we have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in A tier. Okay, maybe Resident Evil goes to B.
Either that or we say 7 is the max.
We'll see. We'll see how many more end up in A. We're a good way through the list.
Because I just don't like the number 6. So either we got to kick one more
Okay.
item, or we add one more to S tier.
All right. Cube. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think Cube's an A tier movie.
Really?
I really liked Cube. It wasn't the most extravagant or expensive production, but with what they had, that was solid. My only complaint about the movie is they really rushed the beginning when they all meet. But other than that, I also don't really see how you do that, like how you introduce all the characters without it being rushed, without it taking forever. So I get it, but I don't know. I thought the traps were all really creative. The characters made me love and hate them in just the right ways. And then the one person who got out and we still had all those questions, such a good movie.
So, Cube, The Maze Runner, and The Hunger Games are essentially the same story. No character development for Cube. We didn't know anything about anybody, so fast forward all the way to the action. You're in an arena filled with traps, and everything is trying to kill you, and you don't know who you can trust around you.
I suppose that is, that is similar in all three. I think Cube and the Maze Runner share a similarity in that they don't remember who they are,
Yep.
or that they only remember their names.
They don't remember how they got there.
I think the Hunger Games and Cube are familiar in the traps. There wasn't so much traps in the Maze Runner, but there was. The wall's closed.
The wall's closed. That was what I was thinking.
And there was,
the
but that was
grievers.
predictable timing that those were closed until they wasn't.
Yeah.
That was the problem, is that they didn't close.
Right.
And then the grievers, but that's less of a trap. But you're right that they all three do share a lot of similarities and like some core principles. I'm willing to put Cube in B just because of its production, and it's not the most visually appealing or easy to watch. Some rooms are, I think we talked about the colors were a little harder to watch in certain rooms, but I don't know. I didn't really have any real complaints on the movie.
For the same reason of cinematography, I put it above Rec.
Okay, what about above Resident Evil?
Are we dropping Resident Evil? If Resident Evil is dropping to B, I think Resident Evil is the top of B, above Cube.
Okay, so Cube in between Rec and Resident Evil.
Is it dropping? Are we dropping that bad boy?
Let's leave it for now.
Okay.
We'll see, because my paper is getting rough.
And that's why I don't think zombies would ever be a real threat.
I agree, because
Whoa! I'll get my kukuri.
wait. I think he's saying something.
Zombies don't talk.
Just wait a sec. What was that?
You need a loan? What, are you going to buy a house?
What do you need a loan for?
I think he wants to buy a home. Don't we know someone who can help him with that?
Yeah, we do. Have you heard of Corinne Salas at Next Home Grandview in Glendale, California?
She can help you get moved into your forever home now.
Your eternal resting place, if you will. Or forever home. That works. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime like this guy. Call Corinne today at 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at Next Home by Corinne, or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com.
Not food.
Next up, Catching Fire.
Yeah.
The next Hunger Games. Do you think it's better than the first?
No.
Really?
No, I thought the first,
Okay.
but I mean, the first is always something because it's a new ride. Everything's new. Everybody's new. You had all of those new emotions of like when she volunteered for her sister. That was the first time I'd seen it. I know people have read the story, but it was like this was absolutely astounding. Everything was incredible. In Catching Fire, they were trying to give you the same energy. They did a good job, but it took a little longer.
It was also a lot more somber.
It very much was.
Because now it wasn't just like, oh yeah, 2 more tributes are getting sent to go die in the Capitol. It was like, wow, they just got fucked.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go again. The same 2 people are standing up there. And the fact that Haymitch was the one who was called and PETA volunteered. There was another volunteer.
That's right.
But this one was way less dramatic and planned.
Yeah.
Which is even worse in this situation. And then just the somberness of Effie going to grab Katniss's name because she's the only one in the bowl.
And just looks over at her and sees her sitting all by herself.
The sadness. I think maybe below the Maze Runner.
Okay.
In A. We're going to have to start kicking stuff out. I think we'll do that when we read off when we get to the end. We'll decide who's getting bumped. Next up, Diary of the Dead. The way I don't remember this movie at all.
Really?
What was Diary of the Dead?
So they were filming a movie out in the woods.
Oh, okay, I remember it now. Okay, yeah. Wow, yeah, that one just leapt away from my memory.
So I don't know if you were watching this. I was I posted some stuff on TikTok about this. Did you know that George Romero did this? Although he modernized everything in the film, this took place on the same day as Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. Canonically?
Yeah.
Cool, I suppose.
Yeah. I thought it was very cool. So this was
C tier.
Whoa.
Maybe low B tier.
I could go B tier. So they did a lot of things right. I personally had a problem with the acting. You didn't. I thought the story was great. And the more I dove into this, by the way, the more I am convinced that this is a found footage film, that all of her narration was not her alive. That was, she narrated her death.
I suppose so. I don't know. But what? No, but that wouldn't make sense for found footage, because found footage would mean that she didn't get to upload this. She didn't get to edit it. They recorded it, and then she died.
No.
And then somebody found the footage later.
She was able to do all of that, but she couldn't get it out. She couldn't upload it. She was able to edit it. She was able to put it all together and narrate it, but she couldn't get it anywhere. So it was found footage in that sense, that they came and they found this edited movie.
But but like in the beginning, nobody found it. There was no evidence that it really was found footage. It's just that it's recorded through a camera. That's the perspective that you get. And that could be argued that really any movie is kind of that, but this particularly focused on you have one camera. Well, they had 2, but one camera, one perspective, and they edit that into a kind of like a documentary of what's happening.
But the death of them seems logical, because they locked themselves in the escape room and the zombies were filled in the house. There was nothing they can do. They couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I thought
which
that
would
was
be a horrible
really
death.
Did they locked themselves in at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They said get in the panic room.
That's such a stupid thing. Where are you going? Okay.
But you can't get out.
Where do you put it? Do you put it above Love and Monsters? I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you put it above Little Monsters? I wouldn't put it above Wreck.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't even put it above Shutter Island. I think I put it below Little Monsters.
Okay. Oh, I'm all right with that. Diary of the Dead. Okay. The dead don't die.
I think this is a very fun, very campy, very silly C.
Maybe just above Scout's Guide?
Yeah.
Okay. I see, like, I love it a lot, and I want it to be higher, but I think that's kind of fair. If we compare where we rated Scout's Guide, I think that's fair.
And they weren't trying to be serious. They broke the wall. They talked to the audience. There was no, they weren't trying to be serious with this movie.
I agree. Okay. And now for the one that I think will have no trouble. Alien. Sorry. Zombies, the beginning.
Oh.
Iconic.
It has to go in iconic, because Aliens would be iconic.
Because it's on the same level of Night of the Living Dead.
It's everybody knows Aliens.
Like I said, on the same level as Night of the Living Dead. Exactly the same quality.
No, this is going F.
Yeah, I already wrote it an F. I think that one.
That's our 1F.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, we have done quite a few movies. I think now we need to kind of adjust the list. We'll go ahead and I'll give you a count on how many are in each one, and then we can talk about readjusting them. In S tier, we have World War Z, #Alive, Dawn of the Dead, Train to Busan, Zombieland, and The Hunger Games.
Okay.
In A tier, we have Zombieland 2, The Scorched Trials, The Death Cure, The Maze Runner, The Hunger Games Catching Fire, Shaun of the Dead, The Night Eats the French, 28 Days Later, and Resident Evil.
Very good.
I can already say I think 28 Days Later and Resident Evil should go to B.
Okay.
In B tier, we have Cube, Wreck, Shutter Island, Little Monsters, Diary of the Dead, and Love and Monsters.
Okay.
C tier, we have The Dead Don't Die, Scout's Guide, 28 Weeks Later. D tier, we have Army of the Dead and Saw. F tier, we have Zombies the Beginning, and iconic, we have Night of the Living Dead.
That's right.
So, how do we feel about S tier?
So S tier is either one heavy or one light.
I think we should lose one and make it our top 5.
Okay.
So out of
then-
World War Z, #Alive, Dawn of the Dead, Train to Busan, Zombieland, or The Hunger Games, which one drops to A? I think all of these movies, with the exception of like World War Z, I think that one cannot go to A. I think all the other ones, I wouldn't mind if any of those went to A.
I think The Hunger Games has to be the one.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. We put it at the bottom of the list. We recognized it was beneath Zombieland. So it would just go down to
I'm
A
not
tier.
gonna lie, I would put Dawn of the Dead down to A.
No.
But
No way. The survivability, the manipulation of the buses and armoring them up, the survival
I don't
on
think
the
that's
food of the
super
mall.
realistic. Well, I think you could, but I don't think they could have.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't think they really had the materials to really do that. I think it's on the same line that when they threw the propane tank out. Cool, but really?
Oh, we got to try that.
Yeah, that seems safe.
I didn't say safe.
We got to go out to the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to see what will blow it up.
We got to
Okay.
explode things.
So A tier, we have The Hunger Games, Zombieland 2, Scorched Trials, Death Cure, Maze Runner, Catching Fire, Shaun of the Dead, The Night Eats the French, 28 Days, and Resident Evil. We have 10.
Too big.
Yeah.
Too big. We had 5.
I would say 28 Days Later and Resident Evil can go down to B tier, and 8 can be an A. We've watched a lot of good movies. I think that's fair.
Okay. God, my poor Resident Evil.
I know.
I think it's just a fact. I mean,
It's just not a great movie objectively.
not objectively. I mean, it's very nostalgic for you and I. It's a very fun movie to watch, and I still go back and watch it again. So I got no problems with that.
Okay, B tier. 28 Days Later, Resident Evil, Cube, Wreck, Shutter Island, Love and Little Monsters, Diary of the Dead, and Love and Monsters.
Yep.
That's 8. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Not against that.
Okay.
Then we have 3 in C, 2 in D, 1 in F. That seems right.
Sure.
We've watched a lot of good movies
Sure.
and occasionally some bad ones.
That is true.
And even the bad ones I didn't completely hate, except Zombies the Beginning. That's the only one.
You didn't hate it.
I don't know. Unless they want to sponsor us, I think I hated it.
You didn't hate it.
That was a pretty awful movie.
It really was.
Okay, how do you feel about our tier list?
I think that reflects pretty well what I think of all of the movies that we've watched. I think this is a good ranking. So everybody, you heard the ranking.
And this is the only right one.
It has to be. If you have something to say about it, send us an X.
Then freaking say it, dude.
Alex and Erik, WYS.
Say it to my Twitter.
Say it to my Twitter.
I mean my ex.
Yeah.
Don't say it to my ex.
Say it to my ex.
Say it to my email.
Email. It's Alex and Erik at willyousurvivethepodcast.com. We can also receive your Facebook posts, or you can always DM us or send us a message on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, all at Will You Survive the Podcast. And we also have our Pinterest boards that we definitely invite you to go and take a look at and see how you can build your own bug out bag, how you can store your own food, that you can keep it almost indefinitely, guys. If you store dry food correctly, you can keep it for up to 25 years. We're talking rice, beans, pastas. All it takes is the right gear, and you guys are set with all of your normal goods that you have in your pantry. You can start creating your long-term food storage and go through it and replace it regularly. Just follow some basic storage tips. You can take a look at our Pinterest boards and see the ideas that we have there. And if you purchase anything from Amazon through our Pinterest boards, we will get a commission off of qualified purchases. And that helps us so we can keep making these movies or making these videos.
I would love to make a movie.
I would love to make a movie.
I don't know if either of us really has the time for that, but...
True. Although, you make a lot of movies. They just star puppers.
I do make a lot of... Actually, I tell a guy to make a movie who stars puppers.
Okay. All right. So then there's that. But, guys, please enjoy our rankings. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. I do want to take 1 minute here because we have a really nice email that I wanted to tell you about. I meant to tell you before we started recording. It was really cool. This was from a repeat listener.
Ooh.
This is Mobster Straubs.
Oh, hey, what's up?
It was very cool of you to reach out and hit us up again. And let me just find it here. Give me 1 second. Mobster Straubs tells us, guys, I really like the latest podcast. Since you're such experts in this field, it was really interesting to listen to. I'd love to listen to more episodes like this in the future. So that we just got today. I'm curious. I wonder if you're talking about our most recent post, which was the official WYS zombie.
Well, I mean, in that regard, we are experts, yes.
Absolutely. We made it ourselves.
We are the expert in our own creation of zombie, yes.
Yeah, we made the zombie ourselves.
Now, can I put that on my resume now? Expert of zombies?
Why not?
Expert in zombieology?
It's on the internet. Somebody said it. It must be true.
True. I'm sure I could print out a certificate.
Although we will gladly answer your guys' questions if you want to shoot us any questions on the email. Again, Alex and Erik at willyousurvivethepodcast.com. And we love to hear what you guys have to say. Which is your favorite movie? Did we get the list right? Yes, we did. But you can go ahead and tell us if your opinion is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, what he said.